Sup, you're live. At least that's what it tells me. It says we're live. Sick. Welcome to the first episode of Code Unlocked. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a while, and so here we are. We're just going to talk. It's like a podcast, a live stream, a show, whatever you want to call it, kind of all in one, where I want to kind of go into my mind of what my life is like as a CrossFit coach and where I came from before I found fitness and just kind of everything, honestly. So Code Unlocked is supposed to be, unlocking my thoughts and who I am and talk about anything, talk with you guys, hang out with you guys. You guys pop in chat, throw out some topics, say what's up, and we'll kind of roll with it. So I got some notes here, and we're going to just kind of roll with them of things I want to talk about tonight, kind of get the first episode off the ground, get things rolling. So, what is Code Unlocked? The mind of code, right? So I was just saying, unlocking my thoughts and going over what I think about anything, right? A lot of it's going to be like fitness based and health related and CrossFit. Of course, that's my life, is fitness and CrossFit and health. But, I'm a big gamer, big nerd at heart. So of course that's going to be a part of it. And then I like to talk about movies and puzzles and smart, nerdy things. And then on the other side of that, just talk about like whatever you guys throw at me and whatever you guys want to talk about. So that's kind of what we're gonna start with, and we'll roll with it. And then I have CrossFit Open 2023 fulfilled. Was it a fulfilled test or not? Do people that sign up for the Open, did they feel fulfilled with it? Did they feel it was a true test? Did they improve? Did they not improve? And if they did or didn't, why they didn't or why they did. Go over the workouts and just kind of move forward from there and just see where things go. So, but let's just get right into it then. CrossFit Open 2023, was it a true test of fitness? The hot take and the short answer I'm going to say is no. I don't think it was a good test of fitness. I don't think it was a good open. I think it was kind of lacking in a lot of areas. And we'll just go through the workouts here. I have them right here. Let me see. Maybe you can see them there. So 23.1, right? This was the only workout, as we know, that was written by Dave Castro, right? Because it was a repeat from 2014. 14-minute AMRAP of 60 cal row, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall ball shots, 30 cleans, and 20 muscle ups. Okay, so awesome workout. I think it's the best open workout. I've done it twice. I did it one time. We did it in class sometime last February actually. So almost a full year from last year to this open, with it being in February this year, of course. And I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a good test. It was a little bit of everything, and it's something that everybody could do, right? There was different roadblocks, just like an open test should be or a CrossFit test should be. But it was not anything that was like a dead stop, other than if you didn't have certain skills, I guess, right? So awesome workout, right? 60 calorie row. Everybody can row 60 calories. You row faster, you row slower, depending on your fitness ability or capacity, whatever it may be. Everybody can do that. 50 toes to bar, right? This is kind of the first roadblock for everybody, right? It's either you can do 50 toes to bar, huge set of high skill gymnastics with high volume, or you can't. There's not like a in between of if you could do them or not. I mean, you could obviously you could chip away. There was many people doing singles, which I thought was a fine strategy, right? But then of course that's going to slow you down. And then you're only going to have so much time to get through the rest of the workout. And then on the other side, if you do have the capacity, you do have the skill for it, then you hang on for bigger sets. Okay, so that's roadblock number one for most people. You get hung up on that, but it wasn't like, you have to immediately have this crazy skill, right, with muscle ups. That obviously that came last. So you chip away through the 50 toes to bar. Okay, then once you're through the toes to bar, then we're on to 40 wall ball shots. Another common move we do in class all the time. Most classes do, tons of wall balls here and there. It's a very popular movement, and for good reason, right? Because it's, I guess, like low barrier of entry. 40 of those guys, not a huge amount, but if you don't have the capacity for it, you're going to chip away at them, especially after doing 60 calorie row and 50 toes to bar. You're pretty fatigued depending on your fitness level here. Even if you are decently fit and you have decent capacity, you're still a little bit fatigued when you get to the 40 wall balls. Most people aren't doing 40 wall balls unbroken. I don't think you need to, right? You can still break it up even at the top level, the fittest level. But you chip away there, right? Boom. Then we go on to 30 cleans. Okay, now this would be like, this is the stopping point, I guess, for the majority of people. Not because like the weight is super heavy. I mean, 30 cleans at 135 and 95, basically doing grace without the jerk, obviously, but at the end of the workout. And this is the stopping point for most people. So you just do singles and you chip away. So that's kind of the theme of this workout, right? Is like a chip away, right? That's why it's a chipper. And it's totally, and I think that that's obviously the name chipper, like when we do a chipper in class or whatever, that makes sense, right? You start off with the high rep movement and then you work your way through, you chip away. But like all of these moves were something that you just chip away at. Even if you are decently skilled or have high capacity or decent fitness level, this is something that you just chip away. And I think that's a pretty cool part as to why it's a good workout. Okay, but chip away at the cleans. You make it through the cleans, so you have your tie break time. Okay, your tie break time is whatever, and if you had enough time to get through it, you have a couple of minutes to see if you can get a muscle up or two, or a couple, right? You get your first muscle up maybe, or maybe you get your first 5 muscle ups or whatever it may be. This is where most people will have the stopping point. You either can do them or not, and if you can't, I don't think you're upset at that, right? You got a good workout up until this point. You showed your fitness. You went through a lot of different moves, a lot of different tests, gymnastics, rowing, capacity. Can you hang on to a wall ball for a set of 10? Can you now do 30 power cleans at a relatively light weight but under high fatigue? And you're pretty happy even if you don't get a muscle up, I feel like. Most people would be like, I made it here at a decent time. My tie break time was 12 minutes. I had 2 minutes to practice muscle ups, or I don't even hang from the rings. Maybe a lot of people have never even swung from the rings or hopped up on there, right? And so I don't think people were upset if you didn't get your first muscle up. It was just you got there and whatever happened, happened. And if you knew you were going to get muscle ups, then you knew you were going to get muscle ups and you were cool with it. Cool, so 23.1, repeat from 2014. We know it was written by Dave Castro. We know it's a good workout. Everybody liked it in 2014 from what I've heard from people that have done it before back in 2014. I wasn't doing CrossFit back then, so I don't have input on that other than doing it the first time last year in class. Okay, boom, there's that. Let's go on to 23.2. My mouse is not having a good time right now. All right, 23.2. So I was so close to predicting this workout. I had it, I wouldn't say down to, I was very close. I'll just say that, right? What did I predict? I predicted, sorry, I'm pulling this up so I can see if there's chat, because I have it here, but I just want to make sure I have it. So what I predict, I wrote, it was, I think I put 10-minute AMRAP. I actually have a photo of it. Let me check, just for fun. Sorry, pulling up through my phone. I know silence sucks. At least you guys can see me though. Did I delete it? I only posted on Instagram. I'll find it later. But I want to say I predicted a 10-minute AMRAP of 5 burpee box jump overs and 2 shuttle runs, and then 10 burpee box jump overs, 2 shuttle runs. So the shuttle runs stay the same. So 5 burpee box jump overs, 2, 10, 2, 15, 2, 22, 25, 2, and I think it was for time. I don't think it was an AMRAP. Yeah. I think it was like a 10-minute cap, right? And then anywho, 23.2 comes out. 15-minute AMRAP, 5 burpee pull-ups, 10 shuttle runs. So it was like, boom, got shuttle runs, got the burpees. I didn't know we were doing burpee pull-ups. It's an interesting move, a new move to the Open. And shuttle runs were new, too. I was like, we feel like we have to be doing shuttle runs at some point. We did them in the quarterfinals last year. They've been talking about doing them. It's a very Open-esque movement that everybody can do a shuttle run. Now you could argue, like, can you, most affiliates have enough space for shuttle runs? Yeah, depends on the affiliate, but I guess it is what it is. And so I was like, I feel like shuttle runs are coming. Boom. Here we go. Okay. So was this a good test of fitness? No, I don't think so. I think you do shuttle runs, and that's just like I like shuttle runs and I like burpee pull-ups. There's nothing wrong with either of these movements, but I just don't think it was a good test of fitness because it's a workout that you you can walk the shuttle runs and get a better score, right? Now, does that mean that you shouldn't walk them, right? Like shuttle walks, is that a bad thing? No, I think that's fine, right? It's the Open. You're going for a max score. You're especially trying to go for the quarterfinals, or you're going to do anything you can in a competition to get a better score, to win, or whatever it may be. Obviously, if you're not cheating. But if you can walk something and still get a better score, I don't necessarily think that that's the best test of fitness. Also, with the burpee to pull-up standard, right? Like, you just stand under the pull-up bar, you reach up, thumbs together. If you don't touch it, good, right? But then you have people who are 6'5", and you only have 3 or 4 height pull-up bars in your gym. And this person that's 6'5" can only fit on the very, very tall pull-up bar, but he has a 4-inch gap in between his fingers, whereas someone who was 5'7" fits perfectly under the pull-up bar with, a centimeter or so in between, and then that's good too, right? So it's like, where is the standard, I guess, there? Now, obviously, not everything's going to be perfect, but why not just set a standard for, all right, guys, you're going to use and this is just a random number, you're going to use a 6-foot pull-up bar, and ladies, you're going to use a 5.5-foot pull-up bar, whatever it is, right? And if you're tall, awesome, you have an advantage for that, but you have a disadvantage because you have to go you have to further distance to go to the floor for the burpee, right? So it's like, okay, and then so there's like the difference there. Also with the shuttle run, right? You could argue that it favors smaller athletes, shorter people, whatever it may be, because they can run faster, or they're not coming up into a full stride, right? So you don't get to break out if you're a track runner or something, you're running a 400. The short person, right, arguably will pull ahead in the first 100 meters, but then once the taller athlete, the taller runner gets into their stride, they're going to pick up the pace. Well, you're running 25 feet down and back. You're not going to get to a stride, right? So then you argue, okay, well, the taller person has the advantage with the pull-up bar, but then they have the disadvantage with the burpee pull-up. They also have the disadvantage with going to touch the floor every single time that they have to cross the line on the shuttle run, right? So I feel like that is the difference there, and that could have been a standard. That's just a random, like a one-off that I was thinking that, set a pull-up height for the men, set a pull-up bar height, for the ladies. Okay, so you do 5 burpee pull-ups, 10 shuttle runs for 15 minutes. Increase your burpee pull-ups by 5 every round. Cool. I thought it was a fun workout, but I didn't think it was a good test of fitness. I thought it was just like, there, it is what it is, okay? Immediately after 15 minutes, you go into part B, find a 1-rep max thruster from the floor. Oh, man. And this was 5 minutes, right? And this was just like chaos. This is just like asking for trouble from everyone. Like, no reps galore. Were people dipping? Were people stepping? Are people basically doing a jerk? Are you doing a thruster and then the knee bend like Pat Vellner? He took a step. Does that count as a rep? And then CrossFit comes out and says, you know what a thruster is. And it's like, okay, yeah, we know what a thruster is, but why do we have this arbitrary confusion and this arbitrary standard that you can walk it out, but to take a step, you have to bend your knee. And if you're bending your knee, then you're doing a jerk or you're doing a re-dip. Just chaos, right? I like the thruster. I think everybody, I thought the thruster was like a cool idea because we've never done a 1-rep max thruster something like that. Every time we think thrusters in the open, right, we're doing them for reps. We're doing them for lightweight, for volume, not for max load. So I thought that was cool. But just a fucking shit show of no reps or whatever it may be, right? But that's not the athlete's fault, right? That's just CrossFit. And you give Patrick Vellner the rep, cool. That makes everybody else get the rep done. So you see people in the gym and they might be re-dipping or like doing a jerk or taking a slight step, and it's like, ugh, that shouldn't count. But it's not their fault. CrossFit said it's okay, so we're gonna give it to them. Like, just this mass confusion and clusterfuck, right? So 23.2, thought it was a fun workout. Thought the 1 rep max thruster was cool. Not a good test, in my opinion, right? 23.3. And let me know what you guys' opinions are on these too, by all means. Okay, 23.3. We just finished this up last Friday. Wall walks, we knew they were coming. Double unders, we knew they were coming. I don't know if we knew snatches were coming. I thought that it was going to be dumbbell snatch. So I thought this workout, what I wrote for my prediction was I thought it was going to be wall walks. I thought it was going to be double unders, and I thought it was going to be dumbbell snatch. And then it was going to change. So I wrote like 4 times. It was like a 10-minute cap, and it was, what did I put? 30 dumbbell snatch. I have a photo of this one. Excuse me. 23.3. Oh, here it goes. Okay. Oh, 100. Oh, yeah. I put single unders too. I thought Boz was gonna throw some single unders at us because I thought that would be kind of a cool test. But 4 times, 100 single unders, 30 alternating dumbbell snatch, 50 for the guys, 35 for the ladies, 15 wall walks. Okay, so that's like the first chunk. You get through that, cool. Then you get the next test. 100 double unders, 30. So the single unders change to double unders. 30 dumbbell box step overs with your dumbbell, maybe single arm or double dumbbell, 50-35. 15 strict handstand push-ups. Boom. So that's like the next chunk. That's like the next test I thought. You get through that. Cool. You go back to the jump rope, but you're doing single unders again just to fuck with you, just to stack reps, basically. You know, if you make it through the strict handstand push-ups, you're going to get a bunch of single unders. But if you're super fit, you're going to get through the single unders, right? So that was the kind of test there. 30 pistols. So that's like the next skill. And then 15 wall walks again. 10-minute cap. In my mind, like, it looks like a pretty good written workout. You know, not to toot my own horn or whatever, but anywho, so they're announcing this workout, and I was like, okay, sounds cool. And then I saw snatch weight goes up. It's like increasing weight on the snatch. I was like, oh, that's sick. So you're going to start with a 35 or whatever for the guys, and then a 25 for the ladies, whatever it may be. And I know the equipment list, I think it didn't list all those dumbbell weights, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was like stoked that I read that. And then it said, weight 1 right here. This is weight 1. I was like, okay, so this is dumbbell weight 1. And then this is dumbbell weight 2. And then dumbbell weight 3. And then by the time I got to this part, I was like, oh, wait, it's a fucking barbell, not a dumbbell. I was like, oh, dude, this workout would be so sick. So much sicker. I thought it was a pretty cool workout, but so much sicker if it was a dumbbell, not a barbell, right? So this is 3 weeks now of a barbell. We used a barbell in week 1 with 30 cleans. We used a barbell in week 2. Yeah, it was only for 5 minutes with a max thruster, but still a barbell again. And now we're using a barbell again 3 weeks in a row with 23.3. So it's like, that's kind of lame. I thought it was going to be a dumbbell. Whatever. That was my only gripe with the workout. I thought the workout was fine, other than I thought it was lame that it was a barbell again. Okay. A little bit bummed also that they weren't using the box. Thought there was going to be some box jumps, box step overs, I don't know, dumbbell step overs, dumbbell box step ups, some burpee box jump overs, whatever it may be, but no box. That wasn't that big of a deal, but I thought a box was coming. Okay, so here we are. Anyway, 5 wall walks, 50 double unders, 15 snatches, 95-65, 5 wall walks, 50 double unders, 12 snatches. I guess I could move this over a little bit. Let's go like this. There it goes. Sorry, I realized it was cut off. There you go. 50 double unders, 12 snatches, weight 2. Okay, so you have 6-minute window. For most people, this was a 6-minute workout, right? The average fitnesser, average person that comes to class, this is a 6-minute workout for most people, right? Like, you could argue, I don't know, 90% of the gym, your gym, my gym, this is it, 6 minutes. So you tell them, all right, you have basically 2 rounds for time. Not 2 rounds. You have a 6-minute time cap to see how far as you can get, right? 2 rounds meaning like this is round 1, this is round 2. But you have a 6-minute time cap to get through this, and then your workout is over. So let's see what happens, right? Which I think is okay in some capacity. I think it's okay to have a short time cap, like an elimination style. But I feel like 6 minutes is fairly aggressive for these movements, right? I saw some decently fit people not even make it through the 6-minute part. Why? Maybe because they're not working on CrossFit as much as they used to be, or they haven't done wall walks, and 10 wall walks isn't the hardest, but it's also not the easiest. Still 10 wall walks. I don't know, whatever it may be. This, or actually, what the biggest factor was thinking about it? This right here, 12 snatches at weight 2. This crushed people, man. This barbell weight destroyed people. 135.95, and that's not the lightest snatch, right? It's not the heaviest snatch, but either. But this was like just soul crushing for people that are super fit, or like you thought were super fit, and they just got destroyed by this weight. Okay, so 6 minutes, and people got stuck mainly here, getting 4 snatches, 3 snatches, 8 snatches, whatever it is. Okay, but besides the point, let's move on. Okay, so you finish this within the 6-minute cap. Boom, you get credited with 3 more minutes because you're fit. You get a little pat on the back. You're fitter than the average fitnesser at your gym, right? So let's move on. You get 3 minutes. Boom, 20 strict handstand push-ups, 50 double unders, 9 snatches at weight 3, right? So you make it through here, 20 strict handstand push-ups, and this was like the next limiter, the next test of fitness, right? Just like all the other open workouts have. I guess not all of them. 23.2 didn't have it, but 23.1, 2014 had all the tests, right? Like we already went over this, but you had the toe to bar test. If you can't do 50 high skill gymnastic toe to bar, boom. Then you got to chip away the wall balls, so on and so forth. Okay, here's the next test. Boom, you make it through snatch weights. Can you do 20 strict handstand push-ups? Most people couldn't. Most people can't. It's a lot of handstand push-ups. If you said, all right, the workout today is 4 times 20 strict handstand push-ups, how many people at your gym you think are going unbroken? Not many. How many people do you think at your gym are going to finish this? Obviously more than doing anything before it, but this is still such a challenge for a lot of people, right? So you have this, which I think is fine. You got to have the little separator. Cool. You have 3 minutes to do that. Another 50 double unders. Boom. If you make it through this, most people are then making it through this jump rope too. Okay, so this isn't like a huge separator. The next separator being the snatches at weight 3. This is where I stopped, obviously. I think I had 30 seconds to get 1 snatch at 185. It's 10 pounds under my max. Boom, I stopped there. Cool. But let's say you're super strong, super fit. You power snatch all 9 of these or whatever it is. Maybe squat snatch them. Boom, you're fast. Credited with another 3 minutes. Cool. 20 more strict handstand push-ups. 50 double unders, 6 snatches, weight 4. A lot of different tests here. So overall, what am I saying? Why do I keep saying the same thing? A lot of different limiters, a lot of different tests here. But what's the common theme here? This is all shoulders. It's all upper body. Did we squat at all? We did a thruster, 1 rep max thruster for 5 minutes, 3 attempts. Okay, your legs are nothing. We did 40 wall ball shots in 23.1. Okay, not much legs. Here we are in all upper body, right? The pressing, the toe to bar hanging, the cleans with the shoulders, muscle ups with the shoulders, the pulling. 23.2, you're running, but like, okay, it's not a squat. You're falling to the floor, you're pushing yourself up, you're pulling a hanging movement, you're doing a thruster, still a press with a squat, but the squat was negligible, right? Same thing here. No legs, no squats, nothing. All upper body. You work shoulders. How's your strength? Here we are. Okay. So I like the workout. Do I think it's a good test? Maybe if it was 5 weeks long, right? 3-week test. Yeah, you argue we have 4 workouts with 23.2, but I mean, it's still only 3 workouts, right? Like this is a test, but still only 3 workouts. Yeah, so I think we need, if we're going to go with the 3-week test, there needs to be more than this, right? We need to have some squatting, way more squatting, not even some squatting. We did 40 wall ball shots. Cool. And then just like, I don't know, man, it just doesn't feel like the Open. And I've only been doing the Open for, this will be 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is my 5th Open. I've been doing CrossFit for 4 years. 2019 was I think I was doing CrossFit for 1 month. I started, anywho. And so, like, I haven't seen that much, but, like, let's just compare. Let's go to 2020, okay? This was the double Open year, right? They did 2019 Open like normal, where it was in February and March, or started whatever, just like it is now. But then they're like, hey, we're going to throw a second Open in later in the year in October. Here we are in October. All right, here's 20.1. 10 rounds for time. 8 ground to overhead. This is the women division, which is fine, but we'll just switch it over to men. 10 rounds for time. 8 grounds to overhead. 95 pounds. 65 for the ladies. 10 bar facing burpees. Oh my God. 15-minute time cap. So this was my second Open, 6 months in between, 7 months in between, whatever. This workout was just, okay, here's another theme following back. But this workout was just straight pain. If you did this workout, you know how bad this workout hurt. And just, like, you can just read it and you know it's going to hurt, right? You have to do 8 power snatches or 8 clean and jerks or 4 and 4, however you want to break it up. Take the barbell from the floor to overhead, boom, and then 10 bar facing burpees. You're doing 80 clean and jerks or 80 power snatches or some mixture of both, 100 bar facing burpees. 100 bar facing burpees just by itself hurts, right? Just do 100 bar facing burpees for time. Not a good day. Whatever it is. You do 10 a minute, still hard. Then you add in a bunch of snatches. This workout was straight pain. Okay, so the theme here, or not even the theme, but one thing here, straight pain. Let's go back. We don't need to go back. But 2023, was there a workout that was straight pain? No. There was not a workout that you were like laid on the floor and you were like, fuck this. Why do I do CrossFit? Why do I sign up for the Open? What is wrong with me? That never happened. You may have laid on the floor for 3 minutes to catch your breath because you sent it on the last couple burpee pull-ups, or you wanted to get the last couple shuttle runs, or you got the last strict handstand push-ups and now you're at muscle failure, whatever it may be, right? But there was never a workout where you were just dead. And that was a common theme, used to be a common theme with Open workouts. And does that mean it's a good test if it has that? I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that, I don't think. But, like, what happened to that, I guess, is the question, right? And you don't have to have it to necessarily have a good test of fitness, but that was just like part of the Open, I guess, right? What is your pain threshold? Can you go to the pain cave? What's your capacity? Because your VO2 max, your conditioning, what is it like? Not what's your upper body pressing ability with thrusters and wall ball shots. Anywho, 20.1, fun workout. I have never redone that workout. I would if it popped up, but I'm scared. All right, 20.2. AMRAP 20, 4 dumbbell thrusters, 6 toes to bar, 24 double unders. Men use 50-pound dumbbells. Ladies use 35s. I remember this workout. I remember all these, but like vaguely. But I do remember this one because I didn't know how to do double unders yet. So this was like a null workout for me, because like I don't even think I could string together 3 double unders. And I was like, this sucked. I don't even remember. I don't know if I did this one or I don't remember exactly what happened. I think I did it and then I didn't submit my score because it was so bad. Honestly, I don't remember what happened, but I think it was something like that. But anywho, 4 thrusters, cool. 2 dumbbells, 6 toes to bar, a little gymnastics, 24 double unders, right? This is something this is like the kind of the 2014, was it 14.4? Sorry, I just want to triple check. 14.4, right? Yeah. So similar to the 14.4, right, that we did this year, where it's doable for everybody. Just how fast can you go, right? So everybody can do 4 dumbbell thrusters. Okay, can you do them unbroken? Most people could, at least for the first couple rounds, right? Depending on your fitness level. Can you do 6 toes to bar unbroken every time? Not most people could, but everybody could do 1 toe to bar, or you could figure it out. Do 1 double swing, double kip, hop up, do singles, whatever it is. And then can you do double unders? Even if you're like me and you can only do 1 to 3, you could chip away at it. Miserable 20 minutes, but get through it, right? The test of fitness is basically how fast can you go while still being able to hang on to all these movements. Cool. 20.2. 20.3. Diane, and then handstand walks, and then heavy Diane, right? 21 deadlifts, 225. I think it's 155 for the ladies. Yep, 155 for the ladies. 21 handstand push-ups, 15, 15, 9, 9. Make it past that. 21 50-foot handstand walk, 15 50-foot handstand walk, 9 50-foot handstand walk. 9-minute time cap. Boom. Right. Okay, so let's see. Can you get through Diane, this part here? Wait, no, sorry, this part here. 21 15, 9. Cool, you get through that in 5 minutes. Awesome. You have 4 minutes to get through 21 deadlifts at 315 or 205. Most people stop here. Not even most people. This is like the fitter people stop here, right? And when I'm saying talking fitter people, I'm not talking, games athletes. I'm talking about your fittest people in your gym, right? Most people stop here, maybe get to the handstand walk, get the first one in, okay? But deadlifts and handstand push-ups, everybody can do a deadlift. I mean, obviously, like you scale the weight, but doable by everybody. You get through here, or you get to this point, and then this is where you stop, okay? We have a lot of variety, right? So we've done, let's just go through it real quick. We've done some ground overhead, so pressing a little bit, or, can you snatch it? And then burpee, test your conditioning, test your pushing, and getting off the floor ability. Skill, dumbbell thrusters, what's your conditioning, not even conditioning, what's your lactic threshold like, what's your skill work like with the toes to bar and double unders. Can you hang on for unbroken sets? And can you hang on for a decently high skill gymnastic but low volume? Here, can you hang on to a moderate weight barbell? Can you do a higher skill gymnastic after you hang on to that barbell while the reps go down and you're decently fresh? And then can you handstand walk? 20.4. Okay, so this has the theme of to why I wanted to, or why I guessed or predicted 23.3, like with the dumbbell snatch and the box jumps and the pistols. Dave Castro, I was trying to go into this, but when he did his hint for this workout in 2020, he did a passage from a book, and it was something almost like the one he did for the last hint with the hunter and the lion and stuff. So anyhow, that's just kind of why I did that. I was like, oh, okay, well, there's a box again. Boom. We're not going to do clean and jerks, so I got rid of that dumbbell snatch. I was like, oh, pistols, sick. Anywho, that was kind of my theme on why I did that. But we have 30 box jumps, 15 clean and jerks, 30 box jumps, 15 clean and jerks. Barbell weights going up, 30 box jumps, 10 clean and jerks going up, okay? Most people make it to here. I keep saying most people. That's not what I mean. The fittest people make it to here, and then you're not maybe necessarily stuck here, but here's the separator, right? So most of these workouts have a separator at some point, or they have a separator throughout the entire thing, but still doable by everybody, right? And it's not like your workout ended in 6 minutes, at least. This is a 20-minute time cap, so it may have stopped here, but like it wasn't 6 minutes to get to this point. Right? So can you get through a high skill movement, and then can you use your legs to do a heavy barbell? Can you get through another high skill movement, use your legs for a barbell, another high skill gymnastics movement, and then heavy barbell? 20.5. 4-time partition anyway, 40 muscle ups, 80 cal row, 120 wall ball shots. Hey, look at all these legs that we're using. 120 wall balls. We just did a bunch of pistols. We're squatting. We're rowing. Some more legs. I guess I could defend 23.1 and say, yeah, we did 60 calories on the row. Yeah, but that's also a workout from 2014, right? Kind of funny. You see that theme here? And then 40 muscle ups. Boom. So partition this anyway. If you can do a muscle up or do muscle ups, then you're going to get a couple reps here, right? Or you can do that. You can't do muscle ups. Your workout is 80 cal row and 120 wall ball shots as fast as you can. Break it up however you want. You do 10 cal row, 20 wall balls, 10 cal row, 20 wall balls, or you do all the wall balls and you do all the row. However you want to break it up. This is your workout, and maybe you spend the last 5 minutes or whatever trying to get your first muscle up. Or maybe you're like, oh, I'm so close to getting a muscle up. This is what I did. Mind you, this is my second open, doing CrossFit for like 7 months or something. I wanted to get my first muscle up or do one muscle up. I could only do one, and I couldn't even do it all the time. You do one muscle up, and then you go through. Then this is your workout: 80 cal row, 120 wall ball shots. This is what I did. I remember trying to do a muscle up, like 3, 2, 1, go, and like this was the Monday after, so the last day to do the workout, submit your score. So everyone had already done it, or most people had already done it. I was like, doing it with Kyle. I remember this guy named Kyle. He used to go to our gym. Shout out Kyle. But So he was like my judge, and he was cool with hanging out for a little bit while I tried to get my first muscle up. So it was like 3, 2, 1, go, and I would try to do a muscle up within the first 30 seconds or something. And if I just kept failing, we'd stop the clock. I'd rest for a minute or whatever it is, and then we try it again. I think we maybe did it 3 times, and then I finally got one because I could do one like randomly. But then we got one, and then here was my workout. But anyway, it's just a funny backstory there. But 40 muscle-ups, 80 cal row, 120 wall ball shots, 20-minute time cap. A lot of variety, right? We see a lot of different things in the 2020 Open, and this was just one example. I feel like there's a lot of different variety here. 2023 doesn't I feel like it looks like a lot of variety on paper, and like I don't even know if you want to count this workout because it's a repeat. So like does it count as the 2023 Open? I mean, yes, it does. But it's like not grouped as the 2023 Open. It's like this is like 23.1 is its own thing. Really, we have 23.2 A and B, and then 23.3 to kind of go off of. But not a lot of variety on the 2023 Open. So, long story short, didn't feel like a true full test. Felt like it wasn't other Opens. It just felt weird. It felt different, I guess. Is kind of the way to put that there. So where do we go from here? Well, hopefully the quarterfinals are better than the Open. I feel like they will be just because it's just different, right? It's the quarterfinals. They can throw in more high skills. They can throw in the movements that we haven't done, GHDs, rope climbs, handstand walking. We haven't used a box. We haven't used dumbbells. We're going to see those again. But the Open didn't feel right. And if you talk to most people in the gym, I feel like they all have the same consensus that it just didn't feel like previous Opens. And if this was your first Open, obviously you have nothing to go off of. But I don't know. Just most people felt like it just felt different. And maybe different's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe we're just used to what we're used to. But it just didn't feel like the typical test of fitness. So that's kind of summary there. Hopefully quarterfinals are better. And we'll find out in, I guess, a week and a half. But moving forward, just in general, that's kind of the first episode of Code Unlocked, kind of everything I had for you guys. So I feel like it was kind of a little all over the place. But first episode, I don't know. I was just kind of rolling with it. And I just needed to start recording. Biggest thing was just to turn this thing on and see what happens, where my mind takes me. See what unlocking my mind where we go from there. But my plan is to do a show very often. I guess I can't say like, once a day. Once a day would be cool. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I feel like I'll just say that's probably too much to ask. But 2-3 times a week, I want to come on here, hang out with you guys, bounce ideas, have guests on, talk about CrossFit, talk about, I don't know, anything the guest wants to talk about, anything you guys want to talk about. But the goal here is to kind of dive into my thought process as a CrossFit coach, as somebody who didn't used to be into fitness and used to be overweight and then found fitness and changed their life, and just all those things, right? People that know me, they know my story, but if you don't know me and you're going to stumble across my channel, you don't know that, and I kind of want to share that with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it for the first episode of Code Unlocked. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.